Welcome back to the Highfields Sports Complex here at the University of Nottingham. Men's 50s action. They are in the final round of their competition, and it's England taking on Ireland. And I'm delighted to say Ben Makin joins me on commentary. It was set up by Jordan, but there is a family connection here.
Yeah. Number 13 for England, England women's 50s. I've just said England men's 50s. Mark Hobson, he is the father-in-law, so I am very excited to be commentating on this game. I put my name down for it, hoping that England would come first in their group to get this game on field one. It's happened. I know England had a tough day yesterday, and they'll be looking to really bounce back today. And obviously starting with the tap off and sending the first sweep around. Ball has gone to ground though, although the referee has said it was a hard touch. So England will get a new set of 6 to try and get the first score of the day.
So we'll quick go through the round robin section that has led to this. England finishing top of the round robin, Singapore second, Ireland third, Wales in fourth place, and now all 4 teams go into this final round to play another round robin to decide who finishes where.
Yeah, a bit of a different kind of setup to other rounds, other divisions, but that's obviously with the, I won't say frailties of 50s, but the tiring legs, should I say, and the lack of teams, as Ireland give away another penalty. So that's 2 hard touch penalties, and the referee has sent. I'm not sure what he's done. So it's been 3. I thought it should have been 3 penalties.
There's another. Yeah, there is another player come.
So the referee's put a T sign up saying he should be sent for time, and if he's been sent for time, he should go to the Ireland attacking exclusion zones. But he's been sent behind, which means it's just for this set of 6. So next time England give the ball over, whether it's a score or a set of 6 or a turnover, Ireland should be able to go back to 6. And as Ireland just England get on the outside with 6 on 5, and the winger just goes in. That's a great start for England men's 50s. They would have been wanting that start of today, and yeah, they've got on the score sheet early.
Yeah, so Mark Elliott getting England on the board, and it was a great pass as well from James Barnett.
Yeah, it was
putting it down.
It was really good because Ireland only had 5 players, so there's always going to be a bit more space somewhere, and England found that space on the outside and have got that score.
Right, we're just going to take a short break here as we head to the studio. Ian.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the studio, and I've got a very special guest with me, kayaking all the way from the Seychelles. Now it's the European Championships, but we're going all over the world, and you're doing you're collecting boots this week, aren't you, to take back to get people into the game? Is that right?
Yes, that's right. So we've just started introducing touch rugby to teenagers in Seychelles, trying to get the guys and girls involved both in rugby and as well as going touch rugby, and mainly because touch is an inclusive sport. So we want to try and get more girls and women involved. And a lot of the kids there, sometimes they just play barefoot, so I'm here to try and get more people to maybe donate some of their boots so that the girls and guys can play more touch and better touch and rugby.
That is superb. That really is. How many people at the minute are playing touch over in the Seychelles?
So we have a group of 50 kids that come down every Wednesday.
Wow, okay, that's really good.
Yeah, and they're aiming to try and put a team in for the Indian Ocean Games earlier or later this year in December.
Fantastic. And what's your background with touch?
So I started playing touch in Singapore in '96, actually, so it's quite a while back.
Yeah.
And then I also lived in the UK, so I played actually in the Euros in 2000.
Oh wow,
and
excellent.
Also in 2002 in Cardiff. And since then I've been.
So you're Mrs. Touch. You're Mrs. Touch rugby.
But so I've been focusing a lot on work, but over the last few years I want to try and play more touch. So.
Good, and you're going to be our guest commentator for the Luxembourg-Sweden game coming up as well, aren't you? And we look very much looking forward to that. Thanks for joining us in the studio, Kaikin. We'll hear a lot more from you later as well. We better get back over to the action, England and Ireland. Let's head back to Jono and Ben.
Thank you, Ian.
Thank you.
Welcome back. And we are all square here.
Yeah, while that interview was going on, Ireland looked to score in the far corner. As we look at it, there was a bit of a, well, not a bit, there was a long deliberation between the players and the referees, and the referee decided to take a few steps back and give the score.
And it's Ireland who are in possession on the attack again as they go towards the 7 metre line. There's space opening up here. Oh, good take, but the touch was made and England have the ball back.
Good defence by the far England winger there. The space was open, but he just shut that in, let him catch the ball and just tapped him in for that. So that was number 6, and the turnover has happened. England are looking to go forward. They've got some good speed, and unfortunately that speed has let him down. The ball has gone to ground, so it is a turnover for Ireland. Ireland's ball at just over halfway.
So just over 5 minutes gone. A pretty even contest so far.
So far, yes. England look more structured in my personal opinion. I've not watched England men's 50s very much this week, and the same with Ireland. But currently, England look a bit more structured. Ireland look to play a bit more rugby style, and they look to get on the outside and use the ball as they try to do here. Number 5 from Ireland, Gary Purcell, was getting. I'm not sure if he's getting annoyed at himself or someone else, but he was definitely gesturing.
It's England. Good speed.
Yeah, they just go forward. I think we spoke about this yesterday, Jono. Any team that goes forward is always going to have success. So you've got Mark Hobson on the outside now. The winger, can Mark get round? He's going, he's in! He scored!
Oh, you enjoyed that one.
I've enjoyed that one, absolutely. I was saying Ireland were playing the rugby. Mark Hobson gives the ball to the far England winger on this replay. He gives it and he wraps round. His twinkle toes are going, and look at this rugby dive. He's dived in. He nearly even dived out. But yes, what a score from England.
That
and
really split,
2-1 up.
Really opened up the Irish defence as well. And it was a great try, great speed around the outside, and Mark Hobson gives England the lead once again.
And now Mark Hobson is absolutely doubled over, trying to get sucking in the oxygen. But again, Ireland are hitting back now, so they've got to be careful. England defence. Oh, they've got a scramble defence. They've got an overlap, but they've gone the wrong way. Good scramble defence. Ireland should have just gone the way that that first pass had happened, but they went back on themselves. So
there seemed to be some confusion in that England defence for a moment there.
Oh, there was a lot of confusion.
They managed to recover well.
I think that was more Ireland attack than England defence.
And Ireland still have the ball. They'll be
So England are just playing a pocket defence here, so they're going to take on the offside player. Can he get on the outside? 2 says he's made the touch. Andy Verney said he's made the touch there, but oh no, the referee agreed with him.
Ireland still have it, 7 metres out. Comes to the right hand side.
Ireland are just spreading the ball around. It's
Touch claimed.
oh, it's number 7 actually, the left middle, Paul Ainscough. Sorry, Paul, I do know it's you actually. I just didn't recognise you straight away. So good touch there. There's a feature of men's 50s touch at the moment. They look to run shorts on the link instead of the middle. It's something that we don't see very often in touch, but both England men's and Ireland men's here are both running it, so we'll see who gets the better of that. England have just got an over the mark call, so they're now having to defend out, and Ireland have got a new set of 6.
So Ireland a chance to strike here. A new set of 6 well into the England half. Just trying to run through there, David Dowling, but nothing doing.
No.
Shut off.
I think if it was contact, it would have gone through, but we play touch here, so it was a good touch by the defensive number 1 from England, Simon Whittam. And here we go. Here's that 21 short that we spoke about. So the reason we call it sorry, I'll come back to that. Ireland's going to send a sweeper. Don't give it to the sweeper. There's a man-on situation. Again, Ireland have got this scramble attack that we spoke about. They've now got an overlap with their hands, and they had the overlap, as you could see, but unfortunately the ball went to ground.
Yeah, Brian Noble just couldn't quite take that on. It gives England possession again. They use the sub-box and get some fresh legs on. And at this stage of the competition, especially in this format of the game, the 50s, using the sub-box and using as many players as they can in their squad is going to be really important, especially as we're sort of in day 4 or 5.
Yeah, as you know, John, with ice hockey, that's your specialist sport. That if you're not using your subs bench wisely, you're going to get players that are really, really tired. And you're right, day 4 of a tournament when you've already played 2, 4, 6. This is your 7th game, and you are over 50. We've got to really emphasise that these guys are putting their body through a lot of work at the moment. They are going to have to really use all the substitutes as Ireland come past halfway, but the referee's going to go back for an over the mark penalty. Ireland are playing to the whistle, and now they've got a long way to run back.
Yeah, but it is full credit to the fitness of these guys out here as well.
The work that they have to put in to go 4, 5 days playing 2 games a day, you have to do a lot of work before this season. And I don't know many of these men's 50s, so I'll speak about Mark Hobson. I know he works really hard in the gym. He has his bike at home. He's sweating away when I go around, and that is, I would say, that's ball down. New set of 6. Referee said the Ireland defence touched that. Yeah, you have to put a lot of work in. Every single player here has had to put in a hell of a lot of work. 3, 4, 5 months before you're starting to get your strength and conditioning, then you start your fitness, then you start your sprint, then you start your agility work. There's a lot of work that these guys have to put into to ensure that they're tournament fit, not just match fit. And England get on the outside. Can you go through the hole? Good defence by Ireland number 16, Gerard Walsh.
Good defence by Ireland, but it's still there for England. Just brought it back a little bit though to strike now.
There's that feature of the 21 short. They've got it's a score. It's a score.
It is a score.
I didn't see that one. So let's just run through this one again. So I spoke about how they run a 21, and I'll talk about the numbers in a minute after this. I don't think we've actually spoke about that yet. So the wing dumps the ball. There's a 3-on-2, and he chooses the one And he goes
Oh, he
in
stays in
yeah,
well.
He does very well to stay in short side.
Paul Innscote.
Yeah, very good. So John, just talking about the numbers, I'm not sure we've spoke about this week. I keep saying that it's a 32 and a 21. I think we probably should explain what that means. So you've got your middles, your links, and your wing. So you've got your middles and your wing, and the link connects them together, hence why we call them. And then you've got your middles that are 3, your links that are 2, and your wings are 1. So if a 3 dumps for 2, it's a 32, and if it's a 2 for a 1, it's a 21. So that's how we now connect. And then Ireland scored? No, it's a forward pass.
Forward, I think it was. Yeah.
So yeah, if you're new to this sport and we're talking about 32s and 21s or 33s, it's about the middles dumping for someone else, and we actually put a number on that. So 3 for 3, or a 3 for 2, or a 2 for 1. So that's how we're explaining it. So apologies, we're on day 4. We've only explained that. We'll try and give you a bit more information on that during the day.
Another phrase that Jordan's, your counties.
County, so there is a lot of different moves, whether you split in, you split out, you split in and go backwards. Counties is normally where you split infield. A quickie is where you split outfield, and a counties is where you split infield. It's very much the terminology in touch. Other teams will have other names for it, because I know what a counties is. If someone else calls it something different, it actually confuses me. So it should be that teams start to look and call things a bit differently, so they confuse people. Ireland get on the outside. Good defence again by England, number 9, Mark Elliott.
Yeah, so for anyone new to touch or just have stumbled across these YouTube streams, wondering what's happening and wondering about the rules, there's some of the intricacies. There is a lot of intricacies about it. It takes some time to learn everything.
There is a hell of a lot, yes, you're right.
But great to have that explanation, Ben, so thanks for that.
So England have got a 5th touch now. They're quite static, they're quite deep, so they've got to... They're keeping the ball alive. I would say that's a new set of 6 to England. England have done very well there. It's a good shutdown defence by Ireland's number 8, John Francis Quirk. He shuts down that 3-on-2, but that gives England another set of 6. So they're looking to go forward, try and get to the 7-metre line, and get their 4th score of the day.
Yeah, so England just playing it along the line at the moment. I think the feature of this England play, they've turned it over.
Yeah, first touch.
But a feature of the England play is how patient it's been so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes you don't win the game in the first 20 minutes. You actually set up to do something that you think, so you can confuse the defence, be a bit patient when you get down there, and then when in the second half the Irish defence thinks you're going to do something that you've been doing all game, and you change it up. So it's a game of chess at the end of the day. And Ireland go for that 21 short again, go long.
It's just
with that,
to the end zone, and
with that
England have
21
the ball.
short, it's a very small part of the field. So as you see, Ireland, they go to the far side of the pitch towards their sub box, and they run a short towards their try line. The only problem with that is if you step back, there's a lot of space that England are already covering, and the long ball to the wing is a long way. So there's only a short bit of ground that they can cover if they run that 21 short.
So England start again.
Fifth touch.
Oh, now what's that roll ball? It's not been called, I don't think, but the touch has been made.
Yeah, a bit of a scrappy roll ball on that 5th touch.
So Ireland start again. Referee's just making sure they're in the right position, and they are working towards their sub box, so they will make some changes. Good smooth change by Ireland as they still continue to work down the right hand side. They come back into the middle now, and it does. Just seems to have stalled. It was quite a fluent move to start with, but it's just stalled a little bit now, and they're on 5th touch.
Yeah, you're right, John. And once you stop going forward, it's really hard to keep momentum going. So, Ireland did stall it a bit. They've not gone forward in 2 or 3 touches, and the ball's been killed about 10 metres out from the England defensive try line.
There's a big tumble in the centre there.
It'll be interesting to see how the referee calls this one. It was a bit of a fumble. It might have gone in with his shoulder. The referee has just called.
Yeah,
I mean,
Ireland ball.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they've called a forward pass, but I'm not sure that was the right one. But I think the right outcome, let's say.
Ireland working down the right-hand side, but just
running out of space. Yeah, and again, like I said, John, that 21 short works once or twice, but once the English defence understand what's happening, they just shut down that short side, and actually there's not a lot of space as we've just seen there. So they're going to try and run it the other side now, because they've gone from one side to the other. Then they can try it, and that's where the space will open up. Going to try it again.
Touch made. England retreat back 7 metres.
There's a 32 short. Is the rapper going to go around? No, number 12 from Ireland. Frank Ennis goes around, gives the ball. He's got the ball back. He steps, he gives it to 10. There's no overlap. England have covered this one well. And it's a touch and pass.
And start again into the final minute of this first half, and England probably feel they would have wanted a few more scores on the board, but they have managed the game very, very well in this first half.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, like I say, I've not seen loads of men's 50s touch this week, but I don't think the scorelines have always been that big. So being 2 points up at half time, I would be happy with that, especially when they lost and drew yesterday. So, and England get another penalty now for an offside, not retreating back the 7 metres that the referee wants them to.
They'll probably get one play at this.
Yeah, there's not long left. No, it's not even that.
They just go into the touch, and that is half time, and England lead 3-1 after the first 20 minutes. So a good performance by England, but Ireland still well in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. England have had the best attacks, everything down the short side, but Ireland have got one score, and they'll be looking to try and get back as quick as possible in that second half.
That's Mark Elliott with the opening try. Here's the Irish equaliser.
There seems to be a bit of confusion here whether they got onside or not. Did they? Well, the referees decided that they haven't, and they're offside, and the score was given.
Very key out, putting the ball over.
This one's the special one for me here. Mark Hobson, get out on the outside and diving in. He's going to be sore for tomorrow from that dive.
Well, it was a really good try, that one, with some great passing and some good passing here as well. There was not a lot of room on that left hand side.
No.
And Paul Ainscough bursts in and puts the ball down, and it's England that are 3-1 ahead at half time. As it is half time, we are going to head back to the studio. Ian has got a guest.
Right, everybody, welcome to the studio. Great first half there. I'm delighted to be joined by Dominic, men's 40 Scottish team. Dominic, it's great to have you here. How's it been going out there this week?
It's been going really good for us. Our results are not looking as good as our performances, but we're in the right place for the second half of the tournament, for the knockouts. So.
Yeah, we spoke about that, didn't we, actually, off there. You're right in the mix for a medal game, aren't you?
Yeah, and that was our goal kind of coming in, I think, to get in amongst the medals, and it looks like we will be in a good chance for that.
Now, with day 4, of course, does fatigue start to kick in a little bit? Because there's an awful lot of touch to play, isn't there?
There is an awful lot of touch to play. Fatigue kicks in, but also as slightly more experienced gentlemen, we start to get the old tears and strains and things like that. But
I thought you were going to say you know every trick in the book, but yes.
Those two. But we've got some good physios. They're really excellent, actually, and they're keeping all the guys going. So.
And the mood in the camp is good?
Yeah, really bubbly, We're having a really good time in Nottingham. We did last time as well. So
yeah.
grand.
So how much preparation goes into an event like this? Obviously it's the European Championship, so it is a major event. Do you guys get together a lot before the event? Do you manage to train together once a week, or how does it work?
So we're thinking about this a year in advance, and we're thinking about kind of selections in the back end of last year.
Yeah.
And then we go into cycles where we're playing with our clubs, but we're also meeting up with the squad, probably once a month just with the squad, because we don't need to really work on fitness and things, that's our own, but it's just kind of strategy, playing together and just finessing everything.
Who's up next for you, Dominic?
We have got Jersey. We've got
Jersey.
Jersey today. We've just come back from a trip to Jersey about 4 weeks ago. So
Brilliant. Oh, nice.
that should be good fun.
Fantastic. Dominic, thanks so much for coming up. We really do appreciate it. We're going to hand back to John O'Ben for the second half here of England and Ireland. Enjoy.
Thanks, Ian. Welcome back to Picture One. So, in the half-time break, England 3, Ireland 1, and as we said beforehand, England managed that half really, really well. From an Irish perspective, they just seem to need to be able to drive in a bit more with a bit more attacking flair, because I think the England defence was very much on top for most of that half.
Yeah, absolutely. I think from an attacking perspective for Ireland, if they can get, from their driving especially, if they can get a bit more go forward and not stall on fourth or fifth touch, then they'll definitely look to punish the English defence. And I think if instead of going short side as much as they have, if they look to step back and use their hands a bit more and create the overlap, which they have done, then they'll score a few more tries.
We'll quickly look at the schedule, because Wales-Singapore is the other game that's going on at the minute on Field 3. These teams will be back. Final game of the day on Field 2 and 3, England taking on Wales, Singapore taking on Ireland. And then tomorrow at 9:40, the conclusion of this competition. And here on Field 1, we'll have first and second from the round robin, England against Singapore. And we expect that will probably be the game where the gold and silver medal will be sorted out.
Yes, yeah, I believe it will be. Again, we don't. It depends on what happens this afternoon, but you would assume that would be the gold medal match, as we say. Singapore did defeat England yesterday, but in the second round, and England defeated Singapore in the first round, I believe. So it's all to play for. It's wide open, especially with this new round robin system that they're playing in this men's 50 category, as Ireland look to go short side. The step back, and it looks like they've been listening. That step back and the space is on. Unfortunately, number 11 for Ireland, Gerard Aidtree, could not go through the hole and it was shut down. So good start from Ireland. I think they're looking to change up their attack here, and England need to get forward into the Irish half as quick as possible.
Yeah, first chance for England in the second half. Ireland coming very, very close from the tap off there. And yeah, that would have made it interesting if Ireland had got that score, bring it within one, and it is very much game on then.
Of course, yeah. They nearly did as well. They were so close. And here's a bit of contact between England's number 3, Christopher Davis, and Irish number 2, David Dowling. Has the referee called it a hard touch? We'll see if they tap the ball. We'll just wait to find out. No, it's a roll ball, so it looks like the referee allowed it. Maybe he should have called ball down, but he's allowed the play on, so I think that's second touch coming.
Oh, it's unlucky.
Yeah, sometimes
short pass.
Sometimes the stoppage, sorry, Jono, sometimes the stoppage just causes you to have a bit more indecision, and that's what happened there.
Yeah, and England have the ball back. It's been a bit stop-start to open this second half. A little bit of flow now from England as they go towards the line. Coming through the middle now, just looking for options. Final touch. Oh, it's just knocked on.
Yeah, John Banks was just leading proceedings there. He got the first scoop, he then gave it to the second dumper, and number 16 from England, Ian Spencer, couldn't just get the ball down.
So it's Ireland who will start off here. They're on their own 7 metres, so they'll need a really good drive to set up a scoring opportunity, but they're 3 touches and not even at halfway. They're now going to use their sub box, but that's 4 touches. They've
This is
a good drive there.
Yeah, they're going forward. Don't stop, keep going forward, They'll get a good drive on again. That just allows the English defence off the hook there, unfortunately. It was a really, really good drive. I thought they'd scuppered it a bit by going up the middle and then going to defend. And that last touch that wasn't made was, stop the flow.
And so England. Oh, it's a misplaced pass, and that will give Ireland the opportunity now with a fresh set of 6.
Yeah, I'd look to do exactly the same setup they did last time. It looks like they're going back to the 21 short. Can they go short side? It's actually a man-on situation. Can 10 get there? Ireland's got it in the corner.
They have got it in the corner, and
Yeah.
Ireland have brought it back within 1. Federico Black putting the ball down. He made some great space there.
Yeah, so if you just look at this, we spoke about this as 21 short. Number 12, Frank Hennessy, runs a really hard line. I thought it was man on. He steps, he weaves, he gets on the outside of England's number 10. Adrian Riggs, and Ireland just dot the ball down in the far side. We've now got a ball game, haven't we, Jono?
We certainly have. 1 point in it, and Ireland would have wanted that. They got very, very close from the tap off, but they have it within 1. And we are going to head back to the studio. Over to you, Ian.
Thanks, Jono. As you can see, I'm joined by a very special guest here, Simon from Luxembourg. Simon, how's it been going this week?
Pretty good so far. It's been a bit of a journey for us.
Yeah.
We've arrived at the tournament, not quite the size squad that we would have liked to have. We're men's 30s division, but only 11 players, and so yeah, it's been tough on the legs. We have a squad in our men's 30s with half us in our 40s and a couple in our 50s, so it's definitely been a hard slog, but we're enjoying it. We're developing as we go, and yeah, it's really great to be here.
That's the most important thing. You've all got smiles on your faces, haven't you? And it's good, the experience going forward, isn't it, as well? Because we want to get more people playing.
Yeah, definitely. It's something in Luxembourg where, being a smaller country, it's harder to build the player base. We're working on that at the junior level. We've got some junior touch going now for a couple of years, and that's showing some great promise with some kids getting older and that, and just looking at ways to try and build the player base in general. So our female players, because we had kind of reached a good level there a few years back, and then COVID arrived and we kind of lost a few during this period, so that was tough. But yeah, we feel like we're building again with COVID on its way out. We had a great corporate league over summer.
Yeah.
Got a few more players in the club now, so now we're kind of getting back to 40, 50 members. So yeah, some potential there for some growth hopefully into next year.
So how does it work in Luxembourg then? Do you have a number of teams, or do you just have one sort of central place? Or
Yeah, it's very much just a one club country, unfortunately, at the moment. In Luxembourg, it's not generally a rugby playing nation, so they don't really know touch, especially in the outer areas. There's more other sports that are popular, but in the city centre, yeah, we've got a lot of expats there, which is kind of our player base is around the expats, but we do have some Luxembourgish players in the past, and one with us this year in the men's 30s. So yeah, it's just trying to spread the word in different ways that we're trying to build that player base.
Well, Simon, hopefully things like this will help, and of course your participation is greatly appreciated. It's great to have you over here. Thank you so much. We're going to hand back to Jono and Ben for the rest of the second half of England and Ireland.
Thank you.
Oh, welcome back, and as you join us, Ireland have brought the scores level. See here, bursting through.
Frank Ennis is integral part to this score again, like he was in number 2 for Ireland. He picks up, he goes short side, everything's going towards the Ireland sub box at the moment, in both halves. He goes short side, the England defender doesn't look at his corner, he turns his back, and Frank Ennis goes through and gets it over to the wing for the same setup as last time. As England come through, they step back. Is he in? Does he score it? Does anyone touch him?
Touch is
Referee
claimed.
nods. He's nodding. I don't know if he's nodding at Ireland or England. He's nodding at Ireland, so it's a good touch.
Simon Whitten going through there, but it was the touch by David O'Donnell that prevented England going back into the lead.
It's fifth touch, we've got a scoop. Going to go short side. He's through, number 10's through. Adrian Riggs is through. Did he go? They scored! They've scored!
Oh, they like that in the box in front of us.
Yes, absolutely.
They know they've been under the caution this
second
half.
Well, they needed a reply. And as Adrian Riggs picks up, number 15 from England also gets through, Ryan Anglin. Riggs keeps going, he gives it to the winger, and he dots it down. It's a great little scoop. He's gone to the short side, and England hit back. They needed that.
They did indeed, because Ireland have been superb in the second half so far.
They
Two
have.
scores
They have.
to bring it back level. And
Ennis is back on though. Frank Ennis is back on.
Yeah.
And now I realise who Frank Ennis is. I'll come back to that point in a minute. I understand why he knows this game very well. He throws the ball long, winger catches it. So Frank Ennis looks like he, well, I'm going to guess he is the father of John Ennis. Oh no, what has happened? What a score here. He points to the sideline. This is a great flick. So let's just look at this one again on the replay. There's nothing on. If we look at this, there is absolutely nothing on. 14 from Ireland. Haven't got a number on our score sheet. I don't even know how that worked. They pick up, it's an underarm, no look pass, and the winger scores it. So Frank Ennis, apologies before that amazing score. Oh, we've hit straight back. I can't even explain it anymore. Number 6 for England, John Banks has just got the parting of the ways from the Ireland defence, and he's smiling all the way to the sub box as he jogs through. So there's a sweeper play here, and he steps. No, he doesn't step. He swerves. The
hole just opened up.
Honestly, there's something magical about that one. The hole just kept getting bigger and bigger, and he goes straight through.
And the game has come alive.
We're hitting to and through here.
So Ireland looking to come back with the equaliser once again. It's another strong drive from the tap off there. Oh, and that's unfortunate from Federico Black.
England needed that stop there, and they were fortunate that it wasn't them. It was the mistake of the Irish. Oh, and he's
saying that was tapped away.
Yeah, it was interesting. The referee's pointing a hand up, telling people to stop talking, and I think the Irish defence there just tapped the ball instead of the player, and she's just said it's a roll ball, get on with the game, boys.
So England
touch 2 there.
Yeah, do keep the ball.
That's
over
third,
halfway,
fourth. Now the referee's got the wrong call here.
He's turned over, so Ireland have the ball again. Working it over to the sub-box to make some changes. Bringing it back central now, England regrouping defence. This is another good drive by Ireland.
Yeah, they've just stopped. They need to go forward. So Frank Ennis again. So as I was saying, I think he's the father of the Ireland Men's Open captain that we had on earlier, yesterday, John Ennis. So I think that's where the Ennis name's come from, and you can see why he's leading proceedings out there. He's integral to every score so far for Ireland. Good stop from England though, and they're getting their subs off. They've only got 3 players on the pitch, but that's all you need for a 3-man drive. But they haven't got any more players. Referee said ball down, so England are going to have to defend again, and I think Frank Ennis is going to want the ball. He's got it.
Yeah. And
it's a short ball. He's going to go short side like he has done. He steps back. Good collapse in defence. Yeah, absolutely.
So back at the 7 metre, Ireland still have the ball, looking to work it to the right hand side, but there's
that was over the mark. The referee's missed that one.
Walking slowly into the centre again, just again another patient build up by Ireland.
So I think they've got one more touch before last. This is going to be 5th. They go open side, and Frank can't connect this time. This is an interesting tactic from England. They keep 3 players on, 3 go off, but what if they drop the ball like they did last time? But this time they've managed to get 3 players on. They're going forward. This is only 3rd touch coming though. They need to get some forward momentum. 4th coming. 5th coming after this one. They need to set up a scoop. He goes early. Is he going through that hole? Oh, it's 1 more touch to go though.
They're coming through to the 7 metre now. Space on the left hand side, but it's a good touch. And Ireland will have the ball back.
England won't mind that though. They've gone from the Irish side of the pitch to the English side of the pitch in 6 touches, and now that means Ireland have to do the exact same to score.
So Ireland starting again. They're coming through the centre. That doesn't look like they're going to make changes. Actually, they do now. There's a couple coming off, a couple coming on.
Yeah, the Irish shubbing pattern is they normally take 2 or 3 up the middle, then they look to get the subs on. It's a long wait for those subs to run on and off though. Does Ireland get on the outside? No, good touch there.
And it's
so two drives from one from each team. England actually probably won the territory on that one.
yeah,
So they've now got to try and make this pay.
So England again getting subs on. They've just got that 1 point lead. 6 minutes remaining in the game. Very, very close. It's been a real game of chess, especially in this second half. Final touch here as he looked to bring in. Was that down? I think the touch was made.
Yeah, the touch was made, but the referee gives an offside call here. So as I said, that territory definitely has caused Ireland a bit of an issue. England go up the field with comfort. They get the offside call, they get the penalty, and they're going to look to set this up and get a 2 point lead. I think that would be big if they can do that. What are they going to run here? They're going to run a quickie. No, they're going to run a sweeper. They're on the outside.
Space on the right. Oh, he's not taking it.
No, it's first or second touch, and sometimes you don't want to throw that ball because you've got 3-4 more touches to play with. If he'd have dived at the line, next time he comes round, defenders shut in, the space opens up even more. But I'm not out there. I'm not running around. It's hot out there, so sometimes they make mistakes, as we've just seen Ireland do here. They drop the ball, and England are going to try and make this pay again. They're putting a lot of pressure on the Ireland defence at the moment.
Yeah, it's England just putting the pressure on. Ireland defence holding firm at the moment, but you feel that if they can just get 2 ahead, that might just be enough. Same though, Ireland just 1 behind, and if they can get a good drive, if they manage to prevent England scoring here.
Yeah, we've got a sweeper. He's picked up short side. Number 3, Christoph Davies, has gone short side.
Oh, it's
throws it over his head, and Frank Ennis catches the ball. New set of 6. Well, they'll get 7 touches because there was an intercept.
Sub-box, so they're over halfway, and Ireland with a strong drive.
This
they're
is great
right
driving.
down the other. And they just held up there.
Owen Burns, should I say? Apologies, Owen. That just couldn't get the ball down in time.
Final touch. Oh, comes straight through onto the wing, but he runs out of room.
Yeah, they've scored a lot down that side, but this time England defend that well.
3 minutes left.
England just need to go 70 metres and then defend out, and I think that'll be the game. But they need to go and put the ball down on the Irish's 7 metre line. So we'll see if they can do that this time. Oh, we've got a scooper!
He's through.
He's not. The referee's pulling him back. Oh, it was only touch 3. It was so close. It was do or die. Yeah, I was going to look at this replay here. It was a do or die, and I just think if we'd have just driven properly, they would have gone. So here's that replay. You know, Simon Whitten goes for it, tries to give the ball to Ryan Anglin, and the referee said it's touch and pass, and it gives Ireland an opportunity here to get this draw.
Here's Ireland in possession now, driving towards the 7 metre. Oh, is he through?
What's the referee going to do? Everyone's shouting at him, and he puts his hand in the air. It's a great touch. That is a great touch. That is a game-winning touch there. So we'll see if I'm right, but that was a great touch. It's last touch for Ireland now. They've got to try and set something up. And that was 6th touch. Ireland didn't forgot the count there. What a touch that was. I believe it was England's number 10, Adrian Riggs, on that far side doing the dive.
Yeah, great dive. As you say, probably game-saving as we're into the final 2 minutes here.
Absolutely. So England just need to go forward now. If they go forward and finish on the 7 metre line of Ireland, I think that might be the game. There's a minute and a half left, and the way the game's going, ball down, giving Ireland an opportunity.
90 seconds. Can Ireland? They've been driving very, very well. They've been getting into position. They need to do it again. Whistle has gone.
That's another set of 6, but that's a time waster for England as well, so they don't mind that too much, you know.
Ireland still way in their own half. Down to halfway, they've got to try.
They need to step up here, they're letting them come in. Oh, that's an over the mark, unfortunately.
And
what are we now? 40 seconds until the final whistle. England just need to do the right thing. They're sending 2 players off, getting 2 on, and let's see if they can just get this game to the final whistle.
There'll be somebody managing the time in the box, I'm pretty sure. They'll know they've got 30 seconds to start.
England have been put under so much pressure by Ireland here, especially Frank Ennis has done so well in attack.
Now looking to drive it as deep as possible
to
make it as hard as possible for Ireland should they get back, but they may not need it.
Oh, he thought he could go for it, but there was a big Irish player in the way.
Mark Hobson, 9-3, looking for his second try, but there is the hooter.
A great second half from both teams. Fortunately, England came out on top. Ireland were probably the better team in that second half there, John.
Certainly. I mean, they were 3-1 down coming into the second half.
And it was tense. It was a tense second half.
So 5-4 it finishes. A really, really good game of 50s rugby there.
I really enjoyed that one. Obviously, it was a personal connection to me, but the game in general, you know, there was some really good interplay there. Frank Ennis was very good for Ireland. He was in the middle of every score for Ireland, and England played a very well-rounded game to finish that one off.
Well, that ends that. England with the 5-4 victory. Coming up next, we've got the mixed 30 round robin. France taking on Scotland. And Ian Waterhouse will have commentary for you on that one. Do stay tuned.